Hi, I'm CountChnkula, and thanks for joining me on my adventure as a hardcore Ironman, one chunk, vampire. Yeah, I know, that's a lot of words. So let me break it down for you, step by step. First of all, hardcore Ironman. As a hardcore Ironman, I live completely off the land. That means no trading with other players, no using the Grand Exchange, and most importantly, I can't die. And if I do, it's game over for my hardcore status. One Chunk, on the other hand, is a challenging game mode that breaks the world of RuneScape into small sections, and those sections are called chunks. I start in just one chunk, and I'm not allowed to leave until I've completed everything within it. Only after completing a chunk can I unlock a connected one and continue my journey through Gielinor. Now on to the vampire twist. And this is where CountChnkula truly comes alive. For every chunk I unlock, I must hunt down the strongest monster in that area and kill it 100 times. Why? Well, it's a sort of blood ritual, a way to assert my dominance over that chunk. And yes, that includes bosses, so no mercy. Further, this ritual is not optional. It always comes first. I can't begin any other task in the chunk until I've completed my 100 kills. And since I live for combat, I'm only chasing combat skill capes. If I unlock a chunk that lets me buy an attack, a strength, defense, magic, ranged, prayer, constitution or slayer cape, I have to earn it. These are the core rules I set for myself. But I'm open for suggestions. So if you got any fun, twisted, or challenging ideas to add to my blood-fueled chunk rampage, you can drop them in the comments. With that being said, I think it's enough of this high-definition nonsense. Time to bring back the crusty classic pixels we all really game for. When it comes to figuring out where I wanted to start this account, it was pretty easy. There can only be one place for me as a vampire tainted account to start, and that's here, in Draynor Manor. Let's give you a quick tour of the chunk itself. Not much to see here, so we'll go through this pretty quickly. We have an easy stash pile there, and a fountain. It's piranha infested, watch out. Belladonna patch for some farming XP down the line. Cabbages, good food source to begin with. And then dead trees, as far as the eye can reach, which is good early XP for wood cutting and for firemaking. So I'm not all that sad about this this chunk to begin with. When it comes to chunk tasks, I have to complete the following. First of all, be unarmed, which, success, I am. Second of all, I need to obtain a bronze med helm and complete Ernest the Chicken quest. Starting off the quest is here with Veronica. The quest itself goes a little something like this. When we talk to Veronica, she tells us that she and her husband Ernest got lost earlier, and Ernest went into the nearby house to ask for directions. First of all, that's why you never ask for directions and be a real man. Just suck it up and get lost. But anyway, Ernest wasn't that guy. He went inside Draynor Manor to ask for directions. But that was over an hour ago and he still hasn't come back. So with that being said, Veronica asks us if we could go help and look for Ernest. So we go inside Draynor Manor looking for Ernest. And upstairs we find Professor Oddenstein. And after talking to the professor, we find out that the chicken that's walking around in the room is actually Ernest. Ernest was trying to help him and got turned into a chicken himself. But now his machine appears to be broken and he needs us to help fix it. He asks us for a pressure gouge, a rubber tube and an oil can. And all of this can be found around the house. all we have to do, poison a bunch of fish, put our arms elbow deep into some manure, and lastly, we have to flick some switches in a creepy basement, get everything back to Professor Oldenstein, and poof, Ernest is back to being himself. With Ernest the chicken out of the way, and my bronze med helm found along the way, I think it's time we can roll a new chunk. Everything is complete. Before we get into the new chunks, I just want to point out that there is no way I can access either the east side, so the right side from this shot to my chunk, or the west side as well, because it's blocked off by this bush. Meaning that there's only one possible chunk to roll at the moment, and that is straight to Draynor itself. So, before I run out of this chunk, just so you guys know, that's going to be the only roll we can do at the moment. That brings me here to the chunk map. As pointed out, we have our bronze med helm. We are indeed unarmed to begin with, and we completed Ernest the Chicken quest, which means I could essentially pick a new chunk. I'll do it for the cinematics, but it's going to be a very easy roll, since there's only one chunk to choose from. There we go. The north side of Draynor. Let's take me there. Let's explore. First of all, some goblins. Level 2. Okay. Yep. Farmer. Can I pass this way? Yeah, okay, I can. Good. So some goblins that wander into the chunk but have a spawn spot here as well. Lila. A man I can pickpocket and kill, also level 2. Morgan. I think you need him for Vampire Slayer quest. And that's it. Okay. And I think, if I'm correct, there should be a highwayman here as well. Ah, there he is. He respawned. And he's level 5. That means that he's the guy that I have to kill if I want to complete my blood ritual first. So let's do that. Let's cleanse this chunk and put it under my control as a true vampire. CountChnkula here. After that amazing intro, I know you're expecting something a bit more spicy than some highwayman kills. So I did you a favor. I sped up the whole process, so you just have to watch one kill and see my kill counter go up. Thank me later. Okay, this is going to be my 101st kill. My blood ritual is complete. I can officially start my chunk after this. So this kill is the first time I can pick up the loot and keep it. There we go. Black cape, let's put it on. Also here the inventory. Along the way of my 100 kills, I had a genie come by. Who's given me a lamp. Lamping is going to be Slayer XP all the way for me. Apart from that, I obtained some cabbage seeds by running back and forth to my cabbage patch. And apart from that, I also had the quest money, of course, from Ernest the Chicken. So that's my inventory for now. The skills look like this. 12 attack, 15 strength, 10 defense, and 16 hit points. So it's a good start to the chunk. Now let's get the chunk tasks up on the screen. I need to cut oak logs and set them on fire. I need to pickpocket a citizen, smith a bronze dagger, cast wind strike, obtain best in slot, iron mat helm, iron scimitar, the black cape, which I just got, obtain a bronze square shield and a kite shield, iron dagger, which is best in slot magic, and then I have to complete, or at least the first step of the Vampire Slayer quest and an easy diary task. In my opinion, the best start to this chunk is going to be killing goblins. I do require some drops of their drop table. The big ticket item that I require would be the bronze square shield, which is on a 1 to 43-ish drop rate, so that shouldn't be that hard. And then secondly, I also require a hammer, which luckily I just got to smith that bronze dagger. Camping this border section a bit because they are laughing from right outside my chunk over there, all these goblins. So I'll see if I can lure some wanderers over and kill them. Level 6 prayer. That's 12 defense, 14 defense, 16 strength, level 7 prayer, 17 strength, level 18 hit points, 17 attack, level 8 prayer, that's 14 attack and 17 combat, good stuff, 19 hit points, and 18 strength, which concludes to 20 combat. 10 prayer, milestone, typical. As I click away of the recording button, I get my actual drop. Let me bring up the loot tracker real quick. I had to kill almost 200 goblins to get one square shield, which is off the rails in my opinion. In the process I got 4 brass necklaces and 2 air talismans, both on the rare drop table or the 1 in 128 drop chance. So I spooned those, not that it matters all that much, but I spooned them and I got unlucky on what I actually wanted. The status of the rest of this farm, it brought me all the way up to nice combat stats, almost 20 hit points, only a smidgen away, 17 attack, 18 strength, 15 defense and 10 prayer, which is a very good start for me. As I'm finishing up this part of my chunk, I'm reading through the list of all the tasks that I have to complete, and I think I missed some part in my chunk when I did the tour of my chunk, because apparently there is a hole downstairs to my chunk which I wasn't aware of, and it should be, yeah, around here. Here it is. There should be a trapdoor here indeed. I was completely unaware of this. So With that being said, normally I do include trapdoors or sewers or places beneath my chunk as a part of my chunk. My apologies. I'll do a better research next time I unlock a chunk. Okay, after testing the zombies downstairs, I think it's best that I just farm up on man real quick to get my best in slot weapon. That's the iron dagger. I certainly got some XP, so I think now killing some zombies is going to be easier. So I'll give it a go after this kill and see if I can get anything done now. If not, I can certainly come back here and farm a bit more until I get the dagger. But before I lock myself up in the basement down here under Draynor, I think I want to complete a couple more tasks. First of all, pickpocket the man. Done. Easy as that. And I need to start the Vampire Slayer quest. So, talking to Morgan here. In the Blue Moon Inn in Varrock. Okay, that's as far as I can go. So that step is also complete in my task journey or my task list. I think now it's time to head down and start killing some zombies and skeletons. There we go. There we have it. The iron dagger. Good lord. That brings us to a new era, boys. Bye bye, spear. With just having found this iron dagger, I think it's a good idea that we bring up the chunk tasks and have a look at how far we got. First of all, 15 woodcutting and 15 firemaking. Well, of course that isn't yet achieved because I have no access to a woodcutting source at the moment. There is a drop rate of access in the Draynor sewers, which is going to be the next farm. Pickpocket a citizen, yes, that's something I have completed. Smithing a bronze dagger and casting windstrike, both of those are going to be Draynor sewer farms. I think the skeletons drop a bronze bar, so that's my access to smithing. And they also drop air runes, which is my source of casting windstrike. Further, I need to obtain best in slot iron medhelm, iron scimitar. Both of them drop again, I think from the skeletons, all of those. Best in slot black cape. That's something I have achieved. Best in slots bronze square shield. Yes, I know I have that, but the kite shield is still a farm that needs to be had below here in the Draynor sewers. That's the only thing that drops directly from the zombies. So I need to kill some zombies, mostly skeletons. Best in slot iron dagger. I did just achieve that, as you all saw. Then, lastly, I need to do the first step of Vampire Slayer quest. Yes, and an easy diary task is killing a zombie, which I have. So, halfway there, positively, halfway through my chunk. I think the biggest farm is yet to come. On this next part, I actually didn't record all that much. The grind wasn't all that fun to look at. Nothing special happened. I have one clip of me finding an iron met helm. Alright boys, we're getting lucky. The iron met helm just dropped. That's an increase if I ever seen one. In the meantime, also a iron longsword has dropped, but that's not the best in slot that I'm here for at the moment. I still need to farm these skeletons until I get the iron scimitar. As you can probably tell from my HP, this basement grind on zombies and skeletons hasn't been easy. Let me spell it out for you. I've been down here for days now, and when I first came in, I could barely handle a single zombie or skeleton. Anytime my HP dropped too low, I had to retreat. But here's the thing, regenerating HP in my chunk just isn't simple. I have to run all the way to this cabbage patch and then heal 1 HP per bite. That's why I don't even bother bringing cabbages into the fights. They're useless in combat, and mobs are hitting me for 3s and 4s anyway, so cabbages can't keep up. Hence, having my inventory filled to the brim, because, let's be honest, there's no point in having an extra 28 cabbages. So that's why I changed strategy. This is what it used to look like, running back and forth to the cabbage patch. Now instead, I go to the nearby house where there is one citizen man and a rat, which will come in later. And they actually don't hit me at all. Of course, a rat never hits, but the man at this point barely hits back. So what I do is I just stand there, killing him over and over, and just wait for my normal regen to happen. And once I'm back to full health, I go back into the basement. But now, finally, I got some progress. The last trip into the basement, I received a bronze bar, which I need to create a bronze dagger. And I also got some air runes a while ago in this farm, and these air runes can help me cast wind strike. So those are 2 chunk tasks that I'm able to clear, and as well clear up some inventory space. As you can tell, this is why the rat comes in handy, just to kill the time and kill the rat in the meantime until the man respawns. So I keep the XP flowing. So what's left in the chunk? Once I'm back regenerated to full health, I will create the bronze dagger on the anvil. I will cast wind strike. And then it's just a farm to get the iron scimitar from the skeletons, the bronze kite shield from the zombies, and hopefully along the way, one of them drops an axe. It's both on their loot table, so I hope I get lucky. If not, I have to stay a bit longer. I have regenerated enough HP, so let's go down into the basement and complete some of my chunk tasks. First of all, I'll go to this anvil and smith my bronze dagger. As you can tell, I can also smith an axe. Like I pointed out, if the farm for the scimitar and for the bronze kite shield, for some strange reason, in the meantime don't drop an axe, I can still, hopefully, if another bar drops, just create a new axe, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, good. Chunk task complete. Furthermore, I can cast Wind Strike now. Where is my magic book? Let's fight this skeleton with Wind Strike. There we go. Task complete. This is good, good XP. Sadly enough, not many air runes dropped so far, but hopefully more to come. There we go, level 2 magic. Woohoo! And that's the last of my air runes. So let's finish this off. And get 33 strength as well. Ah, there we go. Never lucky. As you could tell from the strength level, the strategy running back and forth to the man, citizen upstairs and the rat has really paid off in some stats. I now have 30 attack, 33 strength, 32 defense, 21 prayer already, and 32 hit points. And of course, not to forget, I just hit level 2 magic. Let's carry on in the chunk. What the fuck? Damn, my guy, Jesus. Calm down. 4, 4, 3, 4, 3. Bill, what the f. Okay. So that was a 1 kill cycle. Very good. This is a heck of a grind. Yo, bronze kite shield. Yo, 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 yo. Holy sh. That's amazing. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Look at me popping off like I just found the dragon visage, but this is even better. Oh, this will improve the rest of my chunk in such a good way. The rest of this farm here in the sewer is going to be so much easier with this kite shield. Oh, I'm through the roof. Come on. Come on. Just a scimitar left then. Let's go. When farming so far in the sewers, you have to be careful. that you don't go below 6 HP, because running back I still attract the zombies, and they can give me a parting hit of around 3, maximum 3. So I want to stay clear of that, so I need to be very careful when farming so deep in the sewer. Iron sword, no. Just give me the iron scimitar. Dang it. Fast kill, very good. Oh, no, nothing. Let's just bail out, get some more HP. Yes, boys, we got the kite shield. Still happy about that. Crazy. See what I mean? You can get a parting shot as you go out that they hit you for 3, so you have to be very, very careful. With a face full of cabbages and a kite shield later, I only have to think about killing the skeletons now, which obviously makes me feel good. I'm nearing the very end of my chunk. Do. Let's go kill some skeletons. Diddly do. Simple life of this simple one chunk. Diddly do. Oh, 4, okay. Calm down. Alright. We got him. What the hell? 12 damage, 4 hits. Good stuff. He's hitting more than I am. A 3? Damn. This is gonna be a slow run. Just some bones. Yeah, what do you expect from a skeleton, of course? Nothing more than a bunch of bones. Damn, I'm getting my head pounded by these guys. This is kill number 2, or not even. It's not dead yet. It's attempt number 2 of a kill, and I'm already at 11 HP. Wow. Then you imagine I call myself a vampire. I'm eating more cabbage than I'm tasting blood. God damn it. Wait. It's okay. Okay. Now I need to bail out. That was 3 kills. Okay. Back to picking some cabbages. Alright, back from another cabbage run. Back into the trenches. The very poop-filled sewers of Draynor, to be honest. Why is this water so brown? I mean, these people of Draynor are... They need to have their bowels checked immediately. This is insane. I don't think I get this stench washed out of my clothes anytime soon after this grind. Take that. Yeah, and another one. Come on. Come on. Air runes? Okay, okay. Let's immediately cast them wind strikes. Woohoo! 3 magic. We're going in. 128 kill. It's going to be, as you can tell. I've killed 127 skeletons now. Just one more would mean I would hit drop rate. But again, I know, I've watched the video of Josh Isn't Gaming. I know that's not how it works. But still, would be awesome if I get the scimitar here right on drop chance. No. The answer is no. But this means that every kill that I do now brings me much, much closer to getting it. So Yeah, Rick. Hang on, dude. Let's talk upstairs where there's less things trying to kill me. Alright, where are you at? Thank you so much, dude. Rather he give me a iron scimitar. Am I right, boys? Back to my cabbage patch. So, folks, I just remembered something. This leprechaun can note herbs. I totally forgot about that. Look at my inventory now. Much cleaner. Ah, fuck's sake. This is gonna make the grind a bit easier. For me, coming as a RS3 player, it's all much more obvious. Normally you just, I don't know, right click, note or something. Here it's a bit more complicated, and I completely forgot about that feature that he can note herbs. 1 in 10 drop chance if you pick a cabbage that you get a seed instead. So I've at least done 800 cabbage runs, and only now I figure out that I can note my herbs. Oh look, I found a herb. Can probably just note that now. God damn, I'm so dumb. So dumb. Oh, need to check something. Man, how many men did I kill? Oh, I dropped 11 runners, 13 Marantils, 11 Taromins. The Guams are not even on here, huh? Strange. I dropped a bunch of Guams as well. This is such good. This is such good XP that I just wasted. God damn it. Yo, yes, yes, oh my fucking, yes, oh my god, yes, oh my god. Hang on, let me just equip this bad boy, get out of my shot, dude. Hang on, let me find a perfect shot to show this off.
A few moments later.
I got some drip though, man. Look at me. This is some pure one chunk RuneScape fashion. Yo. Damn, that's good. That's good. Oh, you can't believe how happy I am. So at the end of the day, I did 170 skeletons on this computer. I did some more on mobile and on another computer. So in total, I think I'd be at 220-ish kills. Oh, that means this chunk is nearly complete. Good stuff. I think the last step is still to go back, farm and get myself a woodcut axe. Oh, look at this bad boy go. Come on. Okay. Not the clip that I was hoping for starting off with. Ah, there we go. That's it. That's more like it. Come on. Oof. So, why am I downstairs back again killing zombies? I'm going to be killing a mix at the very end now of zombies and skeletons. The zombies have 31 attack. The zombies have a drop chance of a woodcut axe, and the skeletons also have a chance to drop a woodcut axe, but also have a chance to drop a bronze bar, which I can use to then, of course, smith into a bronze axe. So I'm gonna kill a bit of both and see how fast I can get this woodcut axe. Damn, that thing looks clean. Oh, CountChnkula looks very good. So happy now. He looks mighty fine. Look at him wailing away with his scimitar. Come on, dude. My guy, he's a proper one chunk. You can tell that. Not gonna die now. Yeah, in the meantime I need to give my iron sword, my long sword, a proper burial, and I know just the place. I'm gonna put it in this compost heap where it all started. Oh, anyway, proper burial. See you later, sword. Thanks for everything. Oh, a bronze bar. Come on, let's go. We have everything we need. Come on. That's good. Life is so good. Clear my inventory a little bit. Oh, 24 prayer as well. Just great. This is just great. I can smith this into an axe. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. It just leaves me to complete my chunk by woodcutting and firemaking. Yo, this is such good day. I just woke up, did some kills, scimitar. One clip later, bronze bar for an axe. This is just awesome.
One eternity later.
Look, I'm just gonna start cleaning up Draynor, the house of this lonely vampire seeking for power. I'm just gonna make it pretty again. That's my goal. I'm gonna chop down every dead tree that I see. And one day when I conquered all the chunks, I'll come back here and it's going to be all green and lavish. I know that's the way it's gonna go. So let me clear my driveway. And hopefully at some day there will be some nice green plants here instead of these dead trees. It's gonna take a while though with this skill set, but you'll get there. One tree at a time. No, level 2. Good, that's the firemaking level I need. Now just on to the woodcutting and I'm ready to leave my beloved chunk behind. So good, good, good. Very happy. That's already 12 woodcutting. At this pace, Draynor Manor and its sloppy forest is gonna look brand spanking new in no time. "15 woodcutting!" This means that we can officially cut oak trees, and with that, we can officially end this chunk as well. Let's not make this bigger than it is. It's just chopping an oak log and setting it on fire. We are only starting this chunk adventure, so let's not make it too big of a deal. Okay, I lied. I am making a big deal out of this. It's the last task of this chunk, so let me be proud. Let's celebrate this wonderful time. And then let's open the chunk map to see where this adventure is going. Here we are on the chunk picker map. First, let's tick off all the achieved chunk tasks. We did indeed burn an oak log, cast wind strike, smith a bronze dagger, pickpocket a citizen, and chop an oak log. I did grind out the iron mat helm, scimitar. Black cape was not really a grind, first task that I completed in this chunk. Then of course the bronze kite and square shield, and the iron dagger. And lastly, I did complete the first step in Vampire Slayer quest, and I did complete my diary task for Draynor. Meaning that, as you could tell, 13 out of 13 chunk tasks are complete. Moving on, I like to point out that yes, I have access to this chunk normally. The reason it's not on the chunk picker is it is only this outside right edge of Falador. To access that full chunk, I need to roll south Falador anyway, which is chunk number 1. So for that reason, I am leaving this open, because if it's no access point, then there's no point in rolling it to begin with, in my opinion. If you guys don't agree, put it in the comment section. Moving on with other chunk picks, I can take that into consideration then, if need be. Furthermore, the rest are just chunks that are close to my own chunks. There is no teleportation or travel options at the moment, so it's just the chunks that are on the borders of my own chunks. I also added an overlay to show you where certain skill cape grinds are and certain bosses are. To give you an idea, if I go in a certain direction, what does that mean for the account and what could be a possible grind? Let's talk a bit about the chunks that are on the table. First of all, chunk number 1. Very obvious, right next to Falador. Of course, it's South Falador. So that brings me very close to a mole farm. The chunk itself, pretty steady farms. I need to burn, first chop and then burn a yew log. And I also have to grow a cabbage, which would be ideal for Count Cabbage himself. That's what I'm calling myself now, after having munched on at least 1,000 of these cabbages. Apart from that, nothing too special. What's also maybe noteworthy for chunk 1 is that it's close to Port Sarim. That would bring me across the whole of Gielinor. Chunk number 2 is also pretty easy, a steady farm. I have to pickpocket a farmer, rake a patch, chop and burn willow logs, and that's about it. There's some small other things to do, but that's about it. Chunk number 3, the same as chunk number 2, would bring me pretty close to having to farm out a defense cape. So that's something to bear in mind. What's special about chunk number 3, and would be very helpful, is that it's the only access to a bank I have immediately. So rolling number 3 or chunk number 3 would be a good thing in that sense. On the other hand, it's a very packed chunk. There's a lot of things to do. I'm not going to name all of them now, but there's a lot of things to do. Another noteworthy thing, I need to obtain a cabbage cape, which again for Count Cabbage himself would be amazing. Chunk number 4 is in essence a dead chunk, not much happening there, would mean an immediate roll for a new chunk as well. Chunk number 5, it's a biggie. Chunk number 5 brings me very close to the prayer cape, which would be a monstrous grind. Would bring me relatively close to Scurious. Relatively close. I could take some time before I get there. But the chunk itself is pretty big. not on the surface, literally, but beneath the floor, there is a stronghold of security. And for those that don't know, the stronghold of security is a 4-level underground where you have a lot of monsters that you need to kill to obtain certain unique drops. That's one of the main criteria to complete this chunk, and that is to obtain the Skull Scepter. And every floor of the Stronghold of Security drops a part of that scepter. With that being said, I have my blood ritual to complete, and for that blood ritual, I need to kill the strongest monster available for me in that chunk. And this is where it gets tricky. The Stronghold of Security is actually kept behind a certain combat level. So, I figured, the moment I roll this chunk, I look at my combat level at that point in time, and I go to the floor, the highest floor available for me, to start my blood ritual. After I've done my blood ritual, I have access to the full chunk, meaning I have to go down in the Stronghold of Security floor by floor, which will open up stronger monsters, but those will not be applicable for the blood ritual, because I have to only do it once. But don't worry, there's going to be a lot of fighting if I roll that chunk anyway. With all of that said, I think it's just time to roll a chunk and see what the future holds for CountChnkula. Let's go! Alright, this is perfect.